How's it going, boys and girls? Facebook and YouTube. I'll give you a little quick tour of my fishing boat. It's a Old Town square back canoe. We'll start at the front and go back, make life easier. So on the front, I got nav light. I got GoPro mount so I can point it back that way. Actually have a little, it's like a raised mount that clips in there, shoots down the center. Got anchor lock. Over here what it is, I got this cheap like little tool bag, soft tool bag from Harbor Freight that'll keep the ropes and stuff in. Got 100 feet of rope in there. So whoever's up here in the front doesn't end up getting feet tangled or tripping. I got these fold, flips down. These are actually bleacher seats that I got in this camo. I thought the camo was appropriate for a fishing boat. And they basically just hook on the front. Your body weight's supposed to hold it on, but I did a little bit better. I got some little hook brackets that I use for conduit and some carriage bolts and bolted them down. Here I have a 55 amp hour gel cell battery, and then I have another 12 hour battery that runs my fish finder in the box. Now I do go out into some places that have electric motor only use. Can't put any gas motor. Actually, I got the boat, I'm setting it up for that. I'm gonna go out to Lake Gregory, hang out with my buddy John. He's got a property up there that he's living at, and it's trolling motor only. So when I do that, I got another one of these battery boxes, and I got a second 55 amp hour box. And what I do is I turn this way, put the other ones. You see, I got these rubber mats so that I don't have the battery boxes right on the hull of the boat. So I turn one way, the other, and then I run them parallel. And that'll give me pretty much all day long on my trolling motor. I made this bracket so that I don't have to drill holes in here, so I can put my so if I want to do some trolling with fishing poles, got the fishing poles trolling set up. I do have a yardstick that I'm going to glue down across right here, but I got to get some polyurethane to waterproof it so I can measure my fish. And then this is a really good place to bungee down my my paddles. Got a couple paddles as a backup in case my propulsion dies out on me. And I got this rubber like foam mat to put a ice chest on top. Underneath it, throughout the rest of the boat, I got grip tape, so if anybody's standing up inside of this thing, they don't slip. But this is for when I put a cooler in here, because I don't want to put the cooler. This thing has actually a built-in cooler here. I don't want to use it as a live well, because if I'm actually not taking the thing out, if I'm going to go cruise around and I'm not actually going to go fishing, I don't want to use this thing as a live well, because then I'm stuck with the thing always smelling like fish. So I can put drinks and some ice and stuff in there, throw a cooler down here, use the cooler as a live well, and always have like fresh ice chest. And then I do have LED pop lights throughout this thing. I have another video, I'll put the link in the description, of this thing lit up at night, and I had it turned on before I made this bracket. So over here, got some cool stuff. I got my fish finder. Got that screwed down here. This thing's actually made to hold a paddle, but it only holds a single paddle. When you got a nice like broad wood handle like that. These are made for those little dinky aluminum ones. So I mounted this thing here. Works out a little bit better for me. Cup holders. I got more of these straps to hold down small stuff. Over on the trolling mounts for the fishing pole mounts. I wrap one around there too, so it doesn't ever come out. And got this cool cushion. I put a compass here. Got more pop lights. Grip tape here. Another folding chair for the captain's chair. And now I made this bracket to hold the trolling motor, and it holds my fire extinguisher, and it holds the sensor for the fish finder. That thing's on a Scotty mount, flips down, flips up for when I'm moving, because I actually have an outboard. It's a gas outboard that goes here, and then I can put the trolling motor here. So I got both. I got a gas motor for going out when I'm in a big lake and I need a little power, because like some places like Big Bear, Castaic, we got some pretty big swells that get up there, and these little trolling motors just don't do good up there in those kind of big lakes. So this way I can run a small outboard. I got a 2 horsepower, but I'm going to upgrade to a 4 horsepower, because what I want to do is I want to run a gas line under here back through there, and then put like a 3-gallon gas tank here, and I'll still have room for a cooler, small cooler, instead of just using my little 2 horsepower that has its own internal gas tank. It's only good for about 2 hours running the gas on that thing. This is actually just a cheap laundry basket. I know a lot of guys use milk crates, but this thing fit in here so perfect. It's like the perfect width that fits in here. I got a first aid kit and some other like little waterproof boxes and stuff that I put in there for when I go out. Just, you know, different accessories and whatnot that I keep in here. And then I got just a real small fishing tackle box that I put here. So if I want to switch from this seat to this seat if I'm fishing, you know, it's all good. Or I can put 3 people actually fit on this thing, and I can paddle. The reason why I have those other nylon straps like I have for those is because I actually have another paddle that sometimes I put here. Actually, I'm going to keep it here permanently pretty soon. I just got a polyurethane cover it like I did with these to protect it when I'm not using it. So if I got 3 people on the boat, all 3 of us can paddle if the motor goes out. But I do have a Minn Kota troller. It's just a 30 pound thrust, because it was never really meant to be the main propulsion for this thing. But like I said, I just got it set up like it is right now, because I'm gonna go out to Lake Gregory where they don't allow gas motors, just trollers only. And they got a speed limit. You can't top out more than 10 miles per hour on that lake anyways. So a little 30 pound thrust is perfect. Got a pole light on it. Another GoPro mount. And that right there is the name, the Freedom Seeker. My son actually came up with that name. And I do have it registered. California requires anything with a motor, even a little trolling motor, registered. Got it all done. But this is my fishing boat setup. Take this thing out, and it's a great little boat, man. It's fun. And put a little bit of love into it. Just got to save up a little bit of extra cash to get that 4 horsepower outboard, and be a little bit sweeter when I get that thing on there, a little faster. The small gas tank, the battery, have the backup trolling motor, and that's gonna be it. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask over here in the comment section. I know my backyard's dirty. I was working on this thing earlier. Got all the straps and tarps and whatnot that I usually have covering this thing up, kind of all over the place. And but that's my little fishing boat setup, my fishing canoe. All right, you guys have a good one.